Hello, welcome to another super caffeinated episode of Cunha Fix It. We're doing a Fix It Friday this week, and my wife's car needs the summer tires put back on it. Winter's over. The insurance company has said that yesterday actually is the day to put your summers back on. So that's good to know. Most companies are April 15th, at least in Ontario. And yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to go over some general spring maintenance, take care of stuff, make sure everything is done. I've done a previous video of switching the tires over. It's pretty simple, but if you want a more in-depth explanation, we'll post a link to the video somewhere around this area of the screen. So you can click that and watch me put tires on the car if you really want to. Let's get into it. Alright, so my wife's car is a Prius. It's not too old. I think it's 2014. I already popped the hood earlier. Here is how you open the hood. There's a little latch right here that releases it. This, I don't know what it is. Some kind of fluid, probably cooling the hybrid system. There's your regular coolant. You can visually check that the level is between the two gauges here. There's your brake fluids in between. It's kind of low. She probably needs new brake pads. And we're going to pop this open and have a peek at the air filter. Clean enough. Apparently that's not very tight. Make sure the hose gets back on there. This is your windshield washer fluid. We'll top that up momentarily. The oil, it's always good to check your oil once in a while. Hers is a little high, so we'll mention that on the next oil change. Make sure they don't overfill it again. That's about it for under the hood. Let's head inside and check the lights. Okay, so we're inside the car now. I put my foot on the brakes. I've got a buddy that's going to check the brake lights for me. You can use your four-ways if you don't have a friend. Your four-ways will check your turn signals, and you can check all those. Sometimes the brakes are on the same light bulbs, sometimes they're not. You can also, if you don't have a friend with you, you can back up to a building, and if there's a glass facade there to reflect your lights on you, you can look in the mirror to check your brake lights and turn signals. I turn the headlights on. Make sure it's not on automatic, because that's not going to tell you what's going on. And I can actually see over there I got my van across the end of the driveway, and I can see the reflection of my lights in the van, so I can check my high beams and my regular headlights. Alright, and then your hood release is down here by your door. Your fuse panel is usually down there too. You shouldn't need to check that. Make sure it's in park before you take your foot off the brake, and let's have a walk around and see what lights are working. So we're checking the lights, make sure the turn signals are flashing. The headlights look normal from out here. The reflection sometimes can trick you, I guess. And we're just going to swap the tires, top up the washer fluid, and check the back lights. Make sure everything is working well. Alright, let's get started on these tires. We're actually going to use the tires or the jack that came with the car. So let's have a look under here. Usually the spare tire is in the trunk. This car is no exception. There's a lot of neat stuff in the trunk of this. So there's my spare tire, jack, lug wrench, little handle for the jack. It's a good idea while you're in here, check your spare tire. It feels like it's got air pressure, but we'll check the tire pressures in a minute. This comes off. There we go. So it's good to lift it up because you can see if there's anything wrong underneath it as well. And we'll check the pressure. Usually they're about 60 psi. Zip tie stuck to my tire. Fun. And the battery's under here. Most cars now have no maintenance on the batteries.
This is also a hybrid, that's why the batteries in the back are cut.
Why are you talking while I'm talking? I'm gonna get there.
Oh, does that hear me?
Yeah, probably.
I didn't think you could the whole run.
Okay, so here's the battery is back here actually. It's tiny because this is a hybrid. There's the drive battery there, that big thing there that goes all the way to the back seats. I probably can't lift that right now. Anyways, these batteries are all maintenance free. I highly recommend you do not touch your big battery if you have a hybrid, unless you know what you're doing, because you could do some damage to yourself and your car if you play with that. It's high voltage or something. So let's get this done and spin it into a montage so that you're not bored, because I've got another video if you want to watch me change the tires. You're totally welcome to. Here we go. Lift it up, zip zip. Get the tires, put them on, zap zap zap, put it down, lift the front, zap zap zap, you get the tire, zap zap zap, put it down, lift the other side, zap zap zap, tires, zap zap zap, put it down, lift the back, zap zap zap, put the tire on, zap zap zap. Oh, gotta torque the wheels first. Alright, check the pressure on the spare, hook it up, pressurize it, put everything away, go for a lap, make sure all the lights and stuff, there's no weird noises. And yeah, let's move it and let's clean these up. Get the power washer out. Driveway's nice and clean. Clean the wheel wells and the rims. Anyways, the tires are on. Nice shiny new summer rims. Not new, but they're shinier than the winter ones. I cleaned the road salt. Here in Ontario, we have a lot of salt and sand that they put on the road, and it really corrodes the metal really fast. So I like to put away my winter tires with clean rims so they don't corrode anymore over the summer. And they might be okay next year. So anyways, the tires are on, the lights are good, all the fluids are pretty good. What else did I check? The spare tire, it's good, it's ready to roll. I topped out the pressure on it. You'll notice in the montage there I went for a little drive. That was to reconnect the tire pressure system. On this car in particular, I don't have a tire pressure system on the winter tires, so we just ignore the light over the winter, and in the summer when we reconnect it, it recognizes the rims and checks the tire pressure, and it'll throw a light if the tire pressure changes. On your car, or if you take it to the shop, they might recalibrate, they might have tire pressure sensors in your winter tires, so you might have to take it to a shop to recalibrate the sensors or reconnect them. Wheels are all torqued, and come back in about 100 kilometers and re-torque the tires, make sure they don't fall off. We actually, my wife's old car, we had the tires come loose once. It was a Volkswagen with wheel studs, not wheel studs, with bolts instead of nuts, and with the steel rims in the winter, the bolts would go all the way through and they'd get rusty on the tip. So we actually ended up torquing it down properly, but that rust came loose as we were driving down the road, and the wheels actually started to come loose and we had to retorque them. So it is definitely necessary to retorque every 100 kilometers or 100 kilometers after a tire change. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get these videos paid so I can get some improvements in the quality and make some better content. It wasn't a squirrel that time, it was a car. That's cold. Whew. My coffee's a little cold, so I'm going to go in. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Cunha Fix It. Yes, we can.
No, keep all the bloopers, like a blooper video. Just bloopers.
Well, yeah, but don't cut it. All right, we're recording? All right. Just let it go. Let it go. The cold never bothered me anyways. Speaking of cold, that's some cold coffee. Perfect. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say.
There you go.
So, love coffee.
Here we are. Carrie's done. I'm tired.
Okay, we probably hear that, so it's alright, we can edit the audio. Ah, that's cold.
You have a video? You should upload a video of just all
Why
the
you gotta
food.
keep talking? You're recording, right?
You were saying nothing about the video?
I was starting to, yeah. The coffee sipping is part of the video. Come on, we're caffeinated here, man.